What if the witch in Hokum isn't just a monster but a mirror? Because director Damian McCarthy just revealed something in his post-release interview that reframes everything you thought you understood about that ending. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Welcome to Movizo, where we go deeper than the plot. Today we're cracking open Hokum, the new Irish horror film from the director of Oddity, and pulling out the details that completely change how this story reads. Let's start with the witch herself, because most people walk out of Hokum thinking she's the threat, the thing to survive, the monster at the end of the maze. But McCarthy designed her to be something far more unsettling than that. Her entire look, the texture of her skin, her colouring, the layers of her costume was built around mushrooms, specifically the same mushrooms that trigger Ohm's trip earlier in the film. That's not just a visual choice, that's a question planted directly into the film's DNA. McCarthy confirmed in his Collider interview that the mushroom design was deliberately chosen to blur the line between reality and hallucination. Every element of the witch's appearance, her skin texture, her hair, her colour palette, references different mushroom species, all coordinated across costume, hair and makeup departments. The intention, to make you ask, is she actually there? Or is she something Ohm's mind constructed? And then layer on what McCarthy revealed about what the witch is actually saying during those scenes, because she speaks in Irish throughout the film, and most audiences have no idea what she's telling Ohm. Down in the tunnels, she tells him the devil is waiting for him. She tells another character, "You're the father," as if she's already been speaking to people Ohm hasn't even interacted with yet. She has, in McCarthy's own words, a running commentary the whole time. She's not just haunting Ohm, she's narrating him. And then there are the cherubs on the clock, small enough that the production team actually built enlarged versions just to capture their expressions on camera. McCarthy confirmed their faces subtly asterisk change between shots. Adam Scott noticed it on set himself. These figures appear to be allies, then drift into neutrality, then seem to work against Ohm entirely. Nothing in this inn is simply decoration, everything is watching. Hokum is, at its core, a story about a man who doesn't believe in anything, not folklore, not grief, not his own emotional reality. The word Hokum itself is what Ohm uses to dismiss everything around him. McCarthy even wrote the line as off-handed and dismissive on purpose, so it wouldn't feel like a dramatic pronouncement. But by the end of the film, Ohm draws a circle around his bed and takes a stand. The man who called everything fake is now literally drawing a line against something he can no longer deny. The mushroom-designed witch, the speaking in Irish witch, the watching cherubs, they aren't random horror elements. They're a pressure system, slowly collapsing the distance between what Ohm believes and what is real. What strikes me most is Adam Scott's throwaway comment in the interview, "I have a theory that the witch really likes Ohm." He said it as a joke. McCarthy laughed, but think about it seriously for a moment. She doesn't kill him, she taunts him, she narrates him, she waits at the edge of the circle he drew himself. For a creature allegedly tied to the devil, she spends a remarkable amount of time just watching a broken man find his own limits. Maybe the Hokum was never the witch. Maybe the Hokum was Ohm's belief that he didn't deserve to be saved. Here's what I want to know from you. Do you think what Ohm experienced in the inn was real, or did the mushroom trip create everything? The witch, the warnings, all of it? Drop your read in the comments. The most interesting theory gets pinned. Hokum works as a haunted-in story, but it works harder as a portrait of a man being forced to confront himself by something that may or may not exist, and the film deliberately refuses to resolve that tension for you. That's the real horror, and that's exactly why it stays with you. Subscribe to Movizo. We'll be here reading between the frames. Until next time, pay attention to what the cherubs are smiling at.